I was asked this week, what is best for my training, whether it's fitness or running? Is it better to train 6 times a week for 20 minutes? Or is it better to train 2 times a week for 1 hour? For longer duration, but 2 times a week, or 6 days a week for 20 minutes? What do you think it is, first of all? I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to tell you why it is, and why it's so important. And these lessons you can put into your own training and benefit from them, and it really can make the difference. So the obvious answer is 6 times a week for 20 minutes. It's less time, but why is that the answer? The answer is simply because it's about consistency. Injecting a positive habit into your routine, into your lifestyle, is about how many times you do it, not for how long you do it. You could do something for a year, but you only do it every week and you've done it 52 times. How many days is it going to take you to do something if you're going to only do it for 20 minutes and you're going to do it every day? Not that time's important, but if you do it every day for 52 days, that will inject a habit way faster than if you do something once a week for 52 weeks, way faster. What it's also going to do is it's going to get you into the rhythm of waking up first thing in the morning, and please just do your training first thing in the morning. Whatever time it takes I see people getting up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. So don't tell me you don't have time in the morning. It doesn't matter if you've got children, especially if you've got children, because they're probably waking up at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, ready to go to school at 9 o'clock, something like that, yeah? Especially if you have children. Get up and make it happen. Get to bed, wake up. Sleep, super important, 7-8 hours of sleep. Get up and make it happen. The way you do that is simply lay your kit out the night before and get into the rhythm. So those 20 minutes, just go out, train for 20 minutes, feel better about yourself, great, and more consistent. More consistent. And guess what's going to happen? You're probably not going to stay out there for just 20 minutes. Once you're out there, you've already set your kit out, you've already put your kit on, you've already hydrated. Once you're out there, you're probably going to stay for 25 minutes, for 30 minutes, for 35, for 40 minutes, and onwards from there. And if you get there early, and it's the gym, for instance, you're probably going to stay there until you've done your routine. And because there's a lot you can do in the gym in 20 minutes. I see people going in the gym. I see people all the time at the moment because I'm at a local gym here. I see people all the time and they're going in, they're on their phones, they're messing around. They're doing it like one set every 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's absolutely ludicrous. They're just wasting time, wasting an hour, 2 hours for a workout that could be done in 20 minutes. If you go in there, okay, I need to do these 5 or 6 exercises. I'm going to do 3 times 10 of these 5, 6 exercises. It should take you no longer than 20, 25 minutes. You can be in and out in 20, 25 minutes, including your warm-up. And you should be warming up on the way to the gym. Like you should be getting up, waking up in the morning, getting your kit out. You're already kind of swinging around. You're already getting blood moving. You've got to hydrate in between your drinking. You're warming up. You're making sure that you're ready. And then you get to the gym and you're already ready. You already know what you're going to do because you've got a plan and schedule there. So if you're training for fitness and you're trying to get in shape as quickly as you possibly can, and it's back and biceps, legs and shoulders, chest and triceps, and you do that twice a week and you space them out 72 hours minimum. So maybe do Monday and Thursday, back and biceps, Tuesday and Friday, chest and triceps, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's simple and then you look at the progress over weeks, not over months. Now, how do you monitor progress? Because that progress, that's going to keep you incentivized to keep going back. It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep the discipline there. How do you do that? You can't just rely on the scales because muscle weighs more than fat. So if you're trying to reduce fat and build muscle, the scales can knock you off track and think that, oh no, I'm not making progress. When in actual fact, you are making a lot of progress. You're probably going to put on weight, but it's going to be good weight. It's going to be reducing that body fat. And the more that you build the muscle, obviously the heavier you're going to get, but the more fat you're able to burn and the quicker fat, because building more muscle burns more fat. So it's going to be a nice process where you bring your fat down and you increase your muscle. It's going to work really, really well in tandem. But the way you having that repetition, having that consistency, and get into the gym, and the way that you monitor it to keep the progress going, to keep the discipline, to keep yourself motivated, to get into that positive feedback loop, you've got to take pictures. First of all, take pictures. If you're trying to improve your physique, take pictures in exactly the same time of the day. So ideally first thing in the morning in exactly the same light. So if you're relying on natural light, great. If you're relying on, an internal light, an interior light, then make sure you're in exactly the same position so that the photos over days and over weeks and over months, you can see that progress and you start to work towards it. Your goal might be to build bigger arms, for instance, yeah? How are you going to do that? Looking at it might be subjective because if you're constantly looking in the mirror in the gym, you're not going to see any difference because the difference per day or per week is so minor, you're not going to see it. It's over time. Usually, it used to be, you go on a holiday and somebody would take a picture of you, and all of a sudden, Jesus Christ, I'm big. now it's kind of everybody's taking pictures all the time, so you're not seeing that difference over time. So if you're trying to build bigger arms, then you want to measure the bicep in exactly the same place and keep measuring on that every Monday morning. As soon as you wake up, measure the biceps. Not after you've done a workout, because then they're going to be pumped up, but in the right moment. And then look at the different dimensions. If you're trying to improve the chest, strengthen the chest and build muscle, exactly the same. So you've got a measurement around there. Exactly the same if you're trying to do back, the quads, whatever you're trying to improve. Very easy with running because you can see it. You can see it with your heart rate. You can see the improvement with your recovery in between interval reps. You can see it with how long you can actually run, how fast you can actually run. You've got different things like, okay, the weather might be different. It might be a bit windier, so you're a bit slower. It might be a bit rain or colder one day and really hot one day, so the heart rate is going to be different. But over time, it's easy to spot that progress. It's easy on the bike as well to spot that progress than doing any sort of endurance sport. It's not as subjective as you just trying to look in the mirror and say, how much have I improved? You've got to see that by pictures, and you've got to see that by measurements. Measure the body parts that you're trying to improve. Really, really simple. But 1 hour, twice a week, versus 6 times 20 minutes, so important to get those 20 minutes in. Because it's going, number one, it's going to be more than 20 minutes. Eventually, it's going to be more than 20 minutes. But even if it is 20 minutes, it's going to insert that habit so much faster than if you're doing it twice a week, which is going to take 26 weeks to do 52 sessions if you go on the 1 hour twice a week, and just 52 days if you're doing it every day. And I'd say do it 6 times a week, have 1 day off, just go for a walk. So you're not really having a day off, you're just going for a walk. And then that is going to be inserted so much faster than your twice a week for a longer time. If you go to the gym and you're spending 1 hour in the gym, what are you actually doing? Because to train one body part doesn't take, or 2 body parts, it doesn't take you 1 hour. So what are you actually doing in the gym? If you're doing some cardio, you're doing a little bit of cardio, 10 minutes I see a lot of people do, it's not really doing anything apart from maybe warming up the muscles ready for you to lift weights. Instead of going in there, okay, right, dedicate. What is the purpose of today's training session? The purpose is to build endurance. The purpose is to build muscle. The purpose is to get stronger glutes. Get it really specific and then write it down the day before. So I'm going to lay my kit out, and tomorrow, and this will become a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a progression, which obviously changes as you get better and as you improve. But tomorrow I'm going to train back and biceps in that gym at this time, and you wake up and you don't let anything else get in the way. If you leave it until the end of the day, until the end of the work day, so many things can go wrong. You can get pulled into meetings, somebody can ask you to do something, just responding to emails, it gets too late, all of a sudden you need to be home, you need to be looking after your kids, etc. Do it first thing in the morning. It's a superpower. And because it's fasted, before your breakfast, before you've had any sugar or anything in your body, before you've had anything, it's all fasted, you're getting 10 times the results. I promise you. Please do that. If you got anything from this video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. Like, what are you up to at the moment? What are you trying to achieve, and how is it going?